I'm Ramon Roan.
My name is John Singletary.
And first of all, I'd like to thank you for watching our video. Please share this video, like this video, even talk about it, create a conversation about the issues that we present to you on our YouTube channel. And we appreciate your support. Today's topic is, are we living in a post-racial society? John, this is near and dear to my heart. And to yours.
It's almost an oxymoron in the United States.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And I'm like, I have the greatest respect the fact that our country can elect a black president. And I'm not going to get political on it because, I can, John, but I want to stay away from it, okay?
Race is the very discrimination is the very foundation of how America has been built. It is woven into, the very foundation. And it's part of, until we change it, it will be part of the essence of how the establishment feels things should go.
Well, John, we haven't. I mean, you and I can agree. We may not agree on presidential candidates, but we agree that we are not living in a post-racial society.
Absolutely.
When you and I are having to fight court cases solely based upon the color of our skin,
sure,
that we can't get justice in the courtroom solely based upon the color of our skin, we are not living in a post-racial society.
You first got to get in the courtroom.
First you got to get in the courtroom. But if you could have gotten in the courtroom, the only way you've been getting in the courtroom is if you were white. It seems that way. I'm not saying that's the case, but it seems that way.
Well, right now, it's unfortunate, but in the judicial system, we still have to go to the back door to try and get some justice. Oh,
you mean to tell me that we got Jim Crow justice?
Only to find that there is.
Maybe this video should have been called Jim. Well, we might do a video called Jim Crow justice.
Yeah, because right now we get clubhouse adjudication.
Sure now.
If there's any kind of adjudication at all, I recently had several cases where there was absolutely no adjudication. I'm talking about the judge himself in writing admitted that I'm not listening to any of the merits of this case, but yet I am going to supply an order in favor of my past client, past employer, and close friend. I am going to rule in their favor without listening to the merits of the case. All of this in writing, and even appeals allowed no justice whatsoever.
John, it is about justice though. I mean, it is. I mean, we're talking about our individual cases, but you think about it, that when the freeing of the slaves in 1866, we're talking about the Dred Scott decision, we can go all throughout the history, Brown Board subverted education, we can talk about the Civil Rights Act that was passed and the Voting Rights Act thereafter. However, the problem still is justice. And the fact that when Judge Taney can sit on the Supreme Court and say that there is no law that a black man has that a white man has to respect.
No rights.
And that's no rights, okay? There's no rights. Now that still applies today until we can deal with the issue on justice. Because what's happening since the 13th or 14th Amendment, we still maintain the same type of justice that was in while we're in slavery. So the same judges that were there. And those same judges are still on the bench today. Not all of them individually, but we're talking about the same type of judges that are still there. So now you can't so a white man is not going to respect a black man's rights, because he knows that if he goes to court, it's going to be more favorable to him. Give you the case was the Dunn case down where the young boy Jordan was shot. Initially, they found out a mistrial. He said, "Hey man, I got away with murder." Until because of the spotlight that was generated from that case,
Right.
they had to give him another trial because they said that was wrong. But now, what happens on the millions of cases or the thousands of cases that don't have the kind of coverage?
You get tangy justice.
You get tangy justice. When you're look for yourself. Look at the amount of people that are wrongfully incarcerated for a crime they didn't commit. What do they look like? They look like me and John. That's what they look like. Really?
Well, that's one of the reasons why we're going to put all efforts into changing North Charleston.
Yeah.
As a start, and we hope that mushrooms to other parts of the country, because we are receiving tangy justice. We're not getting justice, and so justice has to be looked at under the microscope, a bird's eye view of what justice is today versus what it should be. When we can't get into the court system, when we are not allowed to have a jury trial. You know, one case we had where we put in for a demand for a jury trial. It's not only in a motion, but it's on the original documents, and the judge has it before him and then says, well, it appears that no one requested a jury trial. Now, here's the motion in front of him. Here is the original filing, the cover sheet, everything has the demand for a jury trial, and the judge simply says it appears that no one requested a jury trial. And of course, to the rebuttal to that was, objection. There is a jury trial that was demanded, but when he still writes in his order that it appears that no one requested a jury trial, and it goes up for appeal, and they said, well, we're just going to believe what the judge says. Forget the documentation that's in. We're going to believe that the judge said no request for jury trial, so we are not going to allow a jury trial to be granted. Those are the kinds of justice issues that we deal with. When mayors say that, well, I'm sorry, it's a legal issue and I have nothing to do with it. I can't get involved with it. But yet, he hires all the judges in the municipality.
He sure does.
And in North
and
Charleston,
lawyers too.
Yeah, in North Charleston, we've got a part-time African-American judge, and all the other judges are white. We're 50% African-American in the city.
The other judges are part-time?
No, full-time.
So
I think there's another part-time as well.
Okay.
But the fact is that when it comes to justice, our justice has now been encapsulated in, like we were saying, older judges. If you read the Crisis of Conscience, just type in Crisis of Conscience article, Judge Ballou, and you'll read, it'll come up on the internet and you can read it, that shows that there is overt discrimination. Overt discrimination. And when you take a look at that, you'll see why it is literally impossible for African Americans to receive justice in our present system. We started out talking about post-racial society, and it tells you there that the very foundation of rights are resting in a judicial system that is still stuck in race.
Just showing up there.
It's rooted.
You can also look at the survey that was conducted by the University of Carnegie in Pittsburgh, and it said that if the name of the article or the survey was "The Myth of the Colorblind Judge," and on that says that when you're black and you go before a white judge, you got a 21% chance of winning your case, and when you go before a black judge, you got a 47% chance of winning your case. We all believe or think that justice is blind, but justice is not blind. Justice have glasses on, if not a microscope.
That's right. I mean, the racism is systemic.
Yeah, it is.
And so we have to start changing that where we can affect change, and that's on a local level.
Yeah, yeah.
And we hope that it'll grow from there.
Hope that'll grow from there. Well, John, anything else?
Well, we're just saying get involved with your political structure in
Local politics.
the area that you live in.
Yeah, the area that you live in. Start there first.
Yep.
Start there first. We appreciate you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like. Please share. Create a dialogue, and let's make this a call to action. By getting involved in the political process. If that's not just voting, maybe even running for office, city council, mayor, whatever, run for office. We appreciate you again. Our time is up. We thank you for yours. This has been another edition of The Naked Truth.